Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Kool-Aid Podcast. Here are my co-hosts, Alex and Liz. Say hi,
Hi
guys.
guys, what's
Be
up?
What's
nice.
up, guys?
And today we're gonna be diving into the France Morocco game and looking at some possible predictions for the big final of Argentina France.
hmm
So whoever wants to start off with any takes about today's game.
Well,
I,
I mean,
you want to go first?
no, yeah, I'll go real quick.
All right, bro.
Um, Today's game was, I think I expected France to win. Um, I don't remember what I thought the score was gonna be. I don't know, maybe I said 3-0 France. Um, but um, but yeah, I guess today went as expected. We did see Morocco put up a great fight against France with a lot of chances that they created, and they were knocking on the door. There was one chance I particularly liked, which was the how do you say chilena in English? The overhead kick,
The overhead bicycle kick. I
the
think.
overhead bicycle kick that one of the players took inside the box that almost went in and hit the post. And yeah, I mean, I thought France, they dominated when they needed to. They didn't dominate all game, but they dominated when they needed to, and they got their goals in early. And yeah, I mean, the last goal was a fluke, and the first goal wasn't particularly great either. There were lucky goals. I think they were very scrappy goals, but a win's a win, and the result what matters. Now, did I think France played a great game? No, I think France were average, and they did just enough to win. But I thought the game was very even. It was just Morocco made more mistakes than France did. But I don't think this French side. This is what we're gonna see against Argentina. Then France is in trouble. But again, I don't think they played bad necessarily, but it wasn't great either.
Okay. Match reaction onto this game. I would say that the worst thing that could have happened in this game was exactly what happened. An early goal from France, which gave them the lead. I thought that if France got the other goal, I think it would have just sent them through. I believe if Morocco got the first goal, I believe it would have been, or even like kept at 0-0 for most of the game. It would have actually been very difficult for France just because that Moroccan defense has been extremely solid. And with the incentive, and with the score being 0-0, the incentive would be on France. But I thought Morocco was better than France in most part of the games. You saw them
Mm.
having the better chances, being more attacking, be the more dominant team. You saw Morocco actually take the ball away from France, but France were just clinical and effective.
Yeah, they were good when they needed to.
Exactly. When you think about it, France could have put the game to bed in the first half. When you think of the chances that Giroud
Yeah.
missed when he hit the post,
Uh huh.
um, and I don't think that France's attack was particularly great. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
just
there were also close chances like that. Griezmann through ball, who I thought had a great game. Griezmann has had a phenomenal game, World Cup so far, and we saw it today. He
yeah,
gave a couple through balls to Mbappe that were
uh,
just
yeah.
perfect.
I think that he's been France's best player actually, like in the entire tournament.
Over Mbappe.
Yeah, because when you look at Mbappe, his performance today wasn't that great. His performance against England wasn't that great. Okay, you can say the goals against Poland were good, but I think the overall performance, I think Griezmann has been France's best player because the guy everywhere in midfield, everywhere in attack, everywhere in defense. The guy was just he's everywhere on the pitch. And he's there when you need it to. He attacks when he needs to, holds the ball when he needs to, defend when he needs to. I think Griezmann has been France's best player. Well, what are your thoughts?
I
My
mean,
thoughts.
Yeah.
well, I mean, either ones. I think I honestly think Griezmann has had a revival under France, and we see this a lot in the World Cup. Players that play much better for their country than they do for their club. An example is Harry Maguire. We also see players, although he wasn't able to play in the World Cup, like Paul Pogba, who play absolutely phenomenal for France. But come the time to play club, they're not great. But I think Griezmann is one of these players, right? Griezmann hasn't been great in a few years. Last time I can think of him being at this level was probably at the last World Cup, actually. Which it's kind of fun. It's gone full circle for him, and I just think Deschamps knows how to play him in a way that he can have a meaningful impact on the game. He's obviously not a number nine, although he can be, but that's not really his play style. And
He's been playing as a cam.
right, he's a 10.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, Griezmann is a 10 and almost like a false nine type of player. And he plays well for France. I feel like though he has more of a free role, right? Because maybe not a free role, but Deschamps gives him a lot of freedom when it comes to the way he wants to play. We see him all over the pitch. I
Mm.
mean, that's the function of a 10. But like I said, um, it's uh it's a lot for the player to do, and we see him giving long balls to Giroud, playing out wide. Excuse me. And we also saw him in England, for instance, the game against England, the second goal. It was actually a wide cross from him. Now I know he took the corner, but still. Um, and yeah, no, I think the reason I think it's hard to say he's been their best player is because Mbappe's impact has also been noticeable, and
Yeah.
even when he doesn't score, I feel like he's a player that you mark two people, but that you mark with two people, right? For the most part. And we just saw today he had the run that people were arguing about after over a possible foul, where Amberat tackled him 2-footed near the edge of the box. That was an amazing run. The way he just took the ball and outran everyone. So I think he's also been up there. But if you want to say Griezmann's been the best, sure, I would actually give him that just because of consistency. He's shown up in every match, and what a World Cup he's having. Like we say, it reminds us of him back in 2016, 2018, even 2019, and it's a shame that he hasn't been able to maintain that level for all these years because he's such a special player.
Okay. If so, I'm guessing you're going with Mbappe as France's best player so far.
Well, you convinced me. I would say Griezmann now.
Griezmann.
Yeah, I thought
Okay.
about it quick, and I think yeah.
I don't know. Do you think who would you say is France's best player so far, like throughout this tournament?
Umtiti.
Umtiti.
Um, honestly, it's if we look at Argentina, for example, who like we're gonna see the heavyweight matchup. We're gonna see to say Messi, then we see like other people like Alvarez and stuff like that. But in France, it's been a collective effort. We see that they've had so many injuries that they've had to find a way
Hmm.
to break through with different players that I mean coming into the World Cup. If everybody had been healthy, Griezmann would have had a hard time maybe getting as many minutes as he would have wanted.
I
Maybe he would have started, but they were probably felt more comfortable, maybe resting him more and stuff like that. So we would have gotten many chances. And with that being said, um, Griezmann has probably been the most impactful player because we see that Mbappe has been the finisher and the goal scorer, both him and Giroud. But I mean, Mbappe's impact is that he draws defenders. Aside from scoring goals, he puts pressure on the defense like no other. But Griezmann,
Yeah.
I mean, he has been the playmaker for France. He's done it all.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
mean, without him, that midfield could probably be in shambles.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I was gonna say that with, for example, Pogba not in that midfield, you see some of the creativity, the creative responsibility being put on Griezmann, and Griezmann has now with Chouameni maybe holding a little bit more uh, deeper into the field. You see Griezmann having more freedom. Um,
Yeah, and I think we get to see more of Griezmann now, especially because we look at France in previous tournaments in last World Cup specifically. I believe the midfield was Pogba, Kante, and was it
No,
Griezmann?
no, they played a 4-4-2. They played no a 4-2-3-1. It was Giroud. It was a midfield of Matuidi, N'Golo Kante, Pogba, Griezmann, and then Mbappe on the right, not on the
Yeah,
left.
I mean it doesn't matter. Mbappe can have an impact in
Yeah,
either way,
no,
but
but that was the difference.
yeah,
Griezmann was a starter
mhm.
in that 2018 World Cup. Just it was what's it called Griezmann as the cam.
Yeah,
In the same position that he's playing now. He's been a key
right.
player for the Champ.
And the reason I think it's worked out well, although we've seen Griezmann even defend when it's needed, he's done everything. But we've seen that it works just because Chouameni and What's the other guy?
Um,
Rabiot.
yeah, Rabiot.
Rabiot. They both had a pretty decent holding role. So especially Tchouameni, and I think it's worked well. Now, if I were to give a, a rating for the French performance against Morocco, it'd probably be like a 7 or 6.
A 7. Okay, so you think that Morocco didn't play that well, actually?
I know I'm saying Morocco played much better. I think Morocco had like a 7.58 performance.
Okay, okay.
Honestly, look, this is one of those. We've seen how crazy with upsets the World Cup has been. I mean, shit. Argentina's first game, Japan, South Korea. We've seen all those major
Morocco.
upsets.
Hmm.
Morocco, exactly. But
Croatia.
at some point, we gotta see France, even without Pogba, Kante, Benzema, and others. They're still a super team.
Yeah, I mean they're
And
the
I did
deepest team
not
in the
think that
world.
no matter how well Morocco has played, I don't think they had the power to the firepower to hold back France's offense or to score whatsoever against France. So
Yeah.
because France has a pretty healthy defense.
No.
So
Yeah, and the thing is, well, it's a very good defense
exactly,
actually
no, I
with
mean healthy in terms
Varane,
of health and
yeah,
consistency.
Varane,
And so
Koundé, Hernandez.
I expected a win today. It wasn't one of those games that I said wouldn't be surprised if this happens. I didn't expect France to lose, even if they won on penalties. I expected them to win. I would have put money on it. I really did not think that Morocco could do anything about it. Um, but I mean, yeah, I feel like we underestimate Morocco. I feel like people saying that France should have won 3-0, 4-1, whatever, like by a landslide. I don't think that's accurate. We see how well Morocco played, how well they
Yeah,
matched up
and
against
like I
Portugal,
said,
Belgium.
and France's goals weren't clear goals; they weren't clear chances.
No,
Right.
I
So
know, but
no,
with, like both
I
of them, I would say were very scrappy goals.
Yeah,
I think
the
the way
first
the
one was
way
a luck. I don't understand. I think it was the first one was poorly defended by Bono. I think he should have gotten closer quicker. But and the second one, it was just it was a
uh,
FIFA goal.
no, look,
Bounces off the
look,
goalie, the players there.
we all agree that, for example, France, England was a better team. We agree on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And it's not luck. The France just knew how to work the counter attack, set pieces. They did a good job.
Mhm.
And here in this case, it wasn't the same case. I mean, Morocco played a good game, but France played better, and they did have some luck on the goals, if we want to say that. But they still ran the game better, and they did what they were expected to do. And I must say this before. I must say this for everybody that wants to bash on Argentina. We knew that Morocco won, and I'm getting ahead of myself. But Argentina wins the World Cup against Morocco. We
Oh,
knew, we knew that if that was to happen, they were gonna say, "Oh, Argentina
no,
didn't
World
face
Cup.
Brazil, didn't face France." We know all the effects of France losing to Morocco, and Morocco's not a bad team. I mean, they surprised everybody.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure this,
I
this
think,
this is the first African team to get to a semifinal, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
and you know
So I
what?
mean,
I think people it's unfair for people to say that because France and Argentina actually have pretty similar paths
it did, yeah,
Yeah.
to the World Cup. I mean,
And
Poland, Australia, pretty
and on
evenly.
top of that, you can only beat who you have in front of you.
exactly.
And if Croatia beat, for example, beat Brazil, that means Brazil weren't good enough to beat Croatia.
Yeah,
It's that
exactly.
simple. You have to.
It's all about matchups.
Yeah, exactly. Brazil weren't good enough to beat Croatia. Because they weren't good enough to beat Croatia, Argentina beat Croatia. Um, it's just like that. People can't complain about the path that each team takes just because like those there were heavyweights in both in both sides of the bracket, but because the teams were poor, they just it's like that. It was that simple. They got knocked out. It's that's how it goes.
That's what it is. And before we give a preview to what we think is going to happen on Sunday, I want to talk real quick about the match on Tuesday, yesterday, Argentina versus Croatia.
Oh, you want to give your thoughts on that?
Yeah, real
Go
quick,
for it.
guys, we put up a video, but it got taken down because of some
No,
issue.
oh, I did. No, I did. I actually, it's back up.
Oh, it's back up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but so they know it originally got taken down. Now we were able to fix it. Um, and yeah, so give it a watch as well. But to give our thoughts on it as well. Um, I thought that was a great game by Argentina. It was a very strong rival, and people will say, yeah, it's not France or England, but it doesn't matter. Croatia, like we said, beat Brazil. It's a very strong, very scrappy team. They fight for any chance, any opportunity.
And if you guys say last stream, I told Alex, um, Guardiola back in Man City, he's gonna have to find a way to change that formation to fit in Julian Alvarez with Holland.
Yeah,
Ah,
you gotta play
Because
4-4-2.
Julian Alvarez has fucking killed it in this World Cup.
yeah, Julian Alves has been amazing in this World Cup.
4 goals, and he was a part of every goal for Argentina against Croatia.
Yeah,
That
because
penalty,
the penalty. Yeah,
he led to a penalty, ball a brace. So
and listen, people are complaining. Oh yeah, that wasn't a penalty. That was a clear penalty. I'm
No,
so sorry.
I don't understand how people can say that penalty against Julian
and
Alvarez isn't
and
a
if
penalty. I'm sorry, you can't just clatter the defender in the box. I mean, the
no, and
attacker in the
people
box.
don't realize if the Croatian goalie, I'm not gonna try pronouncing his last name. If he gets if his entire body's in front of Julian Alvarez, that could be a record. People
Yeah,
don't realize that.
I mean, the only thing is that rule, double jeopardy, has been removed. So it's a pen or a red card.
It's been removed.
Yeah, it's that double jeopardy where like it's given a penalty and a red card. I think that rule has been removed. So that's why. But regarding the game, I think Argentina played were better than Croatia in most parts of the game. I think Croatia were very toothless in their attack. I think Croatia dominated the ball possession, but if you're not dangerous on the ball, then what does possession mean?
Yeah, you're just side passing. It's what happens
Yeah,
in Spain.
yeah, exactly.
And guys, please look at their goal. You're gonna see who the
No,
best player of all time is.
no,
Please,
no,
please,
that Messi assist,
please.
like,
Yeah, that reminded me of it.
Look at
It
it.
was vintage Messi seeing that.
oh my
Please,
god,
yeah,
and
please look at it.
we've been saying this every game that he's been playing. Like, this
Yeah.
is vintage Messi. This is vintage Messi, bro. He's entering his like 17th prime, bro. The guy is just on a
Seriously, man.
complete.
That game, Argentina France,
Yeah,
that's gonna be
it's gonna
one.
be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But before the final, we are gonna give like a little preview. We're gonna record, and we're gonna give you guys basically a big preview of the World Cup. We're gonna give our thoughts, etc. We're gonna try to get more people on. But it's gonna be very exciting. So tune in for that. But the game, it was a very good game for Argentina. Croatia, they had a good run, but once again, Croatia were a good team. I think that they had like one of the best midfields in the tournament. But they were toothless up front. That's what happens when you miss like a
Yeah.
player like Mandzukic.
Yeah. And
a
look,
player of his caliber.
Perisic is their all-time scorer, and Perisic
Yeah.
does a great job at that. But Perisic is not he's not a striker. As many goals as he scores, he's essentially a left mid, left wing back, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just not his position. So it's harder for him to get there and score. But what a phenomenal run that Croatia have. They're one of the teams that I respect the most because they're always the underdogs. No one ever respects them, and they always show up.
Yep.
It's a very brave team. They don't care
Mhm.
who they're playing. They're gonna go there and win.
And now then they're gonna play their, what's it called? The match for third place. We'll see who's gonna grab that third place spot. But guys, that was it for today's episode. We reviewed, we give our match reaction to the France Morocco game. France are through to the final, back to back. We are gonna give a World Cup final preview. Tune in for that. And as always, I post a link on Twitter. If any of you guys want to join, you're always welcome to. If you guys want to join in, give your thoughts, add to the discussion, you're always welcome to. And as always, guys, remember, like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out, guys.
Thank you, guys.